Hey, today we're here at Two Lovers Point, as you can see. And the story behind it is, once long ago, in the time when Spain ruled Guam, there was a proud family living in Guam, the capital city. The father was a wealthy Spanish, and the mother was a daughter of a British courtier. The family owned land and were highly esteemed by all Chamorro and Spanish alike. Your daughter was a beautiful and admired by all, her honesty, modesty, and perfectly natural charm. Her beauty bestowed the greatest pride and dignity into her family. One day, the girl's father arranged for her to take a powerful Spanish captain as her husband. When the girl discovered this, she was so distraught that she ran from Agana all the way to the north of Guam. Her father, the captain, and all the Spanish soldiers pursued the lovers up to the high cliff up to Guam Bay. The lovers found themselves trapped between the edge of the cliff and approaching soldiers. All the young warrior could do was warn them to stay back. And the father ordered the soldiers to halt. The lovers tied their hair together in a single knot and acting as if they were entirely alone. They looked into each other's eyes and kissed one last time. Then they jumped off the cliff together. Hey, as you can see, it's hot, super hot. And this is the statue of the lady and the man.
But that's some funky, man.
Then up there is where they jumped off.
Supposedly. So guys, we are at statue of Chief Kapua. This is a significant part. So Chief Kapua of Agana was probably the leader Chamorro of Agana at the time of the Spanish. His Gloria's arrival in June 1663. In a short time, he also came to be the leading Chamorro friend of them, whose narrates and assist them over the objections of many Chamorro chiefs. So this is the statue of Chief Kapua. So guys, we are at the bridge of San Antonio. This bridge, commonly called the Total a Chu or something sandstone bridge, was built in the year 1800 by Governor Manuel Moro and was named in honor of San Antonio de Padua. It spanned the Agana Canal between the pre-World War II districts of San Agana. I don't know. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to be at the bridge. Hold up. Here. So bridge. So I assume it wasn't really like a bridge like water. I just assumed they just put water down here. Go through here. So I think it's like a little fun bridge. So they just put water there. So yeah. So guys, this is the story of Serrano. So Serrano's right there. Right there. So the story of Serrano. Guam's legend mermaid Serena lived in Agana during Spanish times near the Menendo River, where fresh spring waters divided the city, met the ocean at the river's mouth. I'm sorry. Not so far from this historical site, she loved the water and was known to swim whenever she could steal a moment from her chores to satisfy her greatest pleasure. Yep. Or here. One fateful day, Serrano's mother sent her to get coconut shells to be used as coal for the iron. Oblivious to time and duty, Serrano couldn't resist the refreshing water. There she swam with her mother, called impatiently. Serrano's grandmother happened to be visiting, and as her mother angrily cursed her daughter with the words, "Since Serena loves the water more than anything, she should become a fish." Her Nina quickly interjected lead a part of her that
This is the viewpoint of Santa Agata. Agana through the years. Agana, the capital of Guam, has evolved over the centuries, having survived invasions and the devastations of war. Agana was already dominant Chamorro village prior to the Spanish colonization of the 1600s. Agana derives its name from the word Haga, that means blood, because many of the Chamorro families are from Agana. Today, Agana continues to be principal city of Guam. Succeeding changes in the world, events, and styles development have had a pronounced effect on the appearance of Agana.
$5? But I ain't. Could we go up there too? Could we go up there too? Could we go up there too? Can we go up there too? So this is the war in Pacific? Not the place, so this is a lookout, obviously. So Guam, or Guam, 1941 to 1944. Remembrance of all who sacrificed for liberty, my peace and understanding, approval, so that no future generation will ever be completed to repeat these sacrifices. So, like, the sons of Guam. So, attack. This is when the Japanese took over Guam. Occupation and liberation. So, the Japanese conquest of Guam began on September 8, 1941. An hour after the attack on Pearl Harbor, a small force of U.S. Marine and Navy personnel, joined by members of the local Chamorro Insular Force Guard and Naval Military, opposed the overwhelming Japanese invasion. After 2 days, the defenders were forced to surrender. Occupation. During the 2.5 year Japanese occupation, the Chamorros had possessions confiscated and were subject to of the sphere of Japan. The people of Guam endured rationing, forced labor, beatings, executions, and near the end, concentration camps, liberation. On July 21, 1944, 55,000 Americans landed at Asan and Agat beaches. After a deadly struggle, the U.S. troops beat the intended Chamorros and secured the island on August 10, 1944. Banzai charges. The Japanese launched massive counter-attacks from these islands. More than a wild suicide charge, the Banzai attack the night of July 25th, 1944 was a carefully organized attempt to drag the Americans back into the sea. Although some Japanese soldiers were able to infiltrate behind American lines near Asian Point, the bloody assault ultimately presented by Commander Submarine Force U.S. Pacific Fleet in memory and recognition of the courage and sacrifice of submarines whose heroism during World War II and contribute significantly to the liberation of the Pacific. The Mk-14 Mod 5 torpedo would serve as the primary World War II anti-shipping weapon, was retired from fleet service in 1980. The Asan landing beach.
And then we'll just do
So
more.
here's the pictures. So the significance. On the morning of July 1, 1944, thousands of Marines came ashore here at Asan Beach. The Japanese concealed case machine guns, nests, and artillery bunkers on Asan Point. Resist fire safely. I don't know. It took the Americans all day to secure this narrow strip of sand. Asan Beach had all the physical requirements for a successful and polished landing. A shallow lagoon for getting troops and equipment ashore, and a flat and for organized and inland offensive. Guys, we are at the chocolate house. And before I read the stuff, let's go check it inside. This is the inside of the chocolate house. So as that little thing, yeah, the chocolate house. So let's go read a little plaque. So chocolate house one time. So the chocolate house, the circular chocolate house, also known as the summer house, served as a social meeting place by the Plaza Garden. The Spanish custom of serving hot chocolate during the afternoon to the governor's guests. Later replaced by afternoon tea served by the American governor's wife. The chocolate house illustrates a typical Spanish building methods. Walls are constructed of roughly finished coral stones cut from a quarry and a glass added with a smooth lime mortar. So this is the garden. Oh, there's a little bird. So here's the garden. Nice, right? Right here. So yeah. So we go through here, and here's the garden. That used to be a water fountain there. So, but now it's like, oh shoot, the water got dried. So the water dried, but it used to be dirty water, and they covered up this. So this used to be like a little thing. So I'm gonna open it real quick. So it's like, it used to be like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, there you go.
Going? Hey, today we're at Two Lovers Point, as you can see. Recording?
The Great Seal of Guam, taken from the center portion of the Guam flag. Governor Roy C. Smith approved the design as the official coat of arms for the territory.
Just sit down. David! I'm serious. Stop, David. We're not gonna watch movies.
I'm gonna stand.
We're not gonna watch.
Smack it.